Hi everyone, this is Keith with LVJ Motorsports, and today I want to work through some instructions for a kit I've got. As you know, the third brake light is back on the market. There are several companies out there making them, and one of the things that they're going to require you to do is connect the LED lights. So this is my mock-up of the third brake light. The LEDs will come screwed into the housing, and it will come with a pretty long cables. Now I've added some heat shrink here on the cable just for wire management here on the workbench, but we're going to jump into those in a second. Let me move this out of the way. One of the things that's, I don't want to say it's a challenge, but you got to be careful, is stripping back these wires. They're 24 gauge wires under here, and if you just go grab it and tug on it, you will not only take the outer jacket off, but you'll take the jacket off of the red and black wires, which is not a good thing to do. So before you go cutting this long cable in half, make sure you feel comfortable stripping this wire, okay? So I use these vice grip wire strippers. They're pretty common. There's some ones that you can get from Harbor Freight that work. This is the tension screw. The tighter you put the tension screw, the harder this piece grabs and cuts. So what I recommend is you pull it out just a little bit. And you don't want to just grab it and go. I'm trying to do this with a camera in my face, but you want to go back about 2 inches, 2.5 inches on it. Grab it a little bit, stretch it, and then turn it. See how I got a little cut in it? And then do it again, and then do it again. And just be patient. I recommend that you, see, I went too far. You can see there's bare wire there. So guess what? I'm going to cut that piece off and hit it again. Go back about 2 inches, tug, tug, and then just start working it off. Straightening the wire out helps it to come off. Some people said that they just stuck it in their teeth and pulled it off. I don't know that I want to do that, but I'm sure you probably could. So there it is. So that's the wires. The more wire you have out here, the easier it will be when we get to the dolphin connection part. I'll show you that in a few seconds. So I'm going to put this on pause, and I'm going to strip the other two, excuse me. All right, so I've got all three here. I didn't have any other mishaps. You want to check and make sure that you don't have any bare copper showing down here. Although the spot behind the third brake light is pretty watertight, you still don't want to have positive and negative wires touching each other. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And this is the kit that'll come with it. It's also for sale on my website if you have a third brake light that you bought used and this part got cut out. So this piece is the smarts behind it. So the positive and negative here, the pink, the purple, and the black. The purple is the brake purple is the running lights, and pink is the brake lights. So inside this is resistors and diodes, and so both 12-volt signals go into this end, and coming out of the other end, you get, when you just have the running lights on, less than a 12-volt signal, so the lights are dim. And then when you apply the brake and the signal comes through the pink wire and finds its way into the red wire, it comes out with the full 12 volts, and it makes there a difference in the lights. So it goes from dim to bright. The next piece of wire in here is a short jumper that will go to, if you have a reverse harness or a stop tail turn harness, it will go to the diode that comes on it. You will see that on one side of the diode on the harness, this comes from the reverse, and on the you'll plug this into the other side. Okay, so remember, this is just 22 gauge wire. If you get it on and you don't want it on and you want to pull it off, don't just grab the wire and pull it off. You'll pull it right out of the end here. Okay, I wish I could tell you it's bulletproof, but I use a high press crimp on it, so it's on very good. Now, if you don't have a reverse light coming out of the third middle light, you will see a fitting like this. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong one. A fitting like this. This comes out of the middle cargo light, and it's a male connector, and you'll just take this white one and plug the two together. Okay, so that's if you just have a basic harness. All right, let me move that junk out of the way, and we don't need that for right now. The next piece of this are some connectors. So we have 4 T-taps. These are a little bit nicer than those blue ones that you probably got in other kits. I'm looking to see if I have any here. So these are the red connectors, and these work a lot better on the, you fold it in half, and then the spade connector goes in through like this. And that works better on 14, 18, even 20 gauge wire. But a 22 gauge wire has a hard time making a connection there. So I've chosen to use these connectors. And it just pries open like that. This one's clicked down, but if it should be open like that. If it's clicked down in shipping, just take a little bit of a screwdriver, put it in there, and it'll pop open. I just had a little tiny screwdriver here. But it doesn't take much, or a little knife blade or a fingernail to get it open like that, okay? And we're going to talk about those in a second, so I'm going to move those aside. So now what we want to do is we want to take all of the black wires, black, the 3 black wires. We want to strip them to about the length of this dolphin connector. Now what this connector is it's goo filled. It's dielectric grease in there. And once these are stripped back to about that far, what is that, ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch, you'll also strip back the black from the diode. You'll get all 4 of those twisted together, slide this right on it, and then we're going to crimp it down, and that's the connector. Simple, easy breezy. You just use a pair of pliers. I'm going to pause this while I strip the wires. All right, so I've got the wires stripped, and I'm going to join the black wires first. So I take the 1, 2, 3 black wires. Sorry, again, I'm doing this with a camera in my face. So this one I don't think is stripped back far enough. I'm going to strip that one back just a little bit more. Just get those red ones out of the way. Fold them back for now. 1, 2, 3. Spin these together. And then I bring in the black from the diode. Now make sure it's on the side that is the black and red side, okay? The black and red side, not the other side, okay? And then twist that one on. And then in the side that you can see the goop, slide it right in. Make sure that you get it in far enough that it's past the bare wires are not showing. And then you just take a regular pair of pliers, get a good bite down in here where you can get good leverage, and just crush it. And inside this are a bunch of little spikes, and they squeeze down on it. And so then you want to make sure that all the wires are in there good. All right, so we're going to go to the red side now. 1, 2, 3 reds. And the 4th red. All right, same thing. Push it in. Make sure you have good contact. Give it a good squeeze. You can see I'm almost flattening them out compared to, I don't have another one laying here. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm putting 3 in each package. So that way, if you do have a malfunction, you don't get them all in there right. You have an option. Now, you don't need to strip these to use the T-taps, but what I suggest you do is strip them back and go out and test on your truck that you got it right. What I mean is, take the whole light out there, go up to the battery of your truck. Now I don't have a battery here, and my truck is out in the driveway, but I've got a 12-volt power supply in my workbench. So there's the ground, and like I said, this is the running lights. All 3 work. That means I got the crimp connections right. So now when I go to touch the brake, they come on brighter. So that's as simple as it is to make these connections. I've added a little bit of steps in here, but it really isn't that hard. Okay, so now the next step, I'm going to cut these off just to show you, is to do the T-tap. Now, I kind of did a mock-up here of what the plug looks like coming out of the truck. So this is the plug that would have gone into your factory 3rd brake light. Obviously, this is just the one on the truck is much smaller. You'll see that there's some insulation protection here. If it's wrapped up to here, you're going to need to very carefully cut it back. Don't strip and cut a wire. And then in the case of the Gen 3, it is pink, purple, black, and white. That's what's on the trucks, or at least most of the trucks that we've seen. Some of the trucks use orange and violet. I don't know how, what, where, when, but in my instructions online, you will see there's some color coding in there for the color codes. I do know. So I've got all of the Ford wiring books, and not a single one of them has the right color coding other than the white and the black. So the black is the ground, the white is the cargo light, and then it's anybody's guess as to what the pink and the purple are. So if you get it all together and the lights come on bright when you have the running lights on, guess what? You got to go pop them apart and fix it. So this is what the T-tap will look like when you're done. Wire goes through it, wire comes out of it. This is the T in, this is the tap. It's pretty simple. So here's the pink one. You set the wire over top of the pink and give it a squeeze. And then with just a simple pair of pliers, squeeze the end, and you know you got a good bite. Then you take this end, and there is a round circle here. It goes into the round circle. It doesn't go underneath it. It goes into the round circle up like this. And then you do the same thing. Squeeze and take that bite. Okay, so that's one. The next one I need to do, let's go with the black one. I like these connectors. They're good for this type of work. Go in through that little hole. See, you see that hole up there? My hand's blocking it. So, but there's a hole right here. Make sure the wire gets in there all the way in. Get your fingers underneath it. And then do that one. The next one is the white one. And remember, that one is not part of this, it's over here. So put the white one in there. Again, make sure as I'm feeling this, I can feel that the wire is going all the way into the bottom. And you know, I kind of screwed up in that I put them all in line. What I should have done is staggered them a little bit. Don't make the same mistake as me. So here's the purple, right? Yeah, that's the next one. Again, if it doesn't make the connection, or in the end it's not connecting, and remember, you don't need to strip these wires. Matter of fact, it prefers you not to. It makes a better connection. You can always pop these apart. Okay, you just pop that clip up. All right, so that's what the end product will look like. And it's pretty simple. If you have any questions, you can reach me between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time, 7 days a week. So I appreciate everyone's business. I appreciate the vendors who are making these third brake lights and trusting my expertise and my experience and my quality. And I just want to say thank you to them, and thank you to all of you that use this product. Thanks. Bye.